Hey everybody, it's Ben with K&H Tractors. I just wanted to thank all my new subscribers, and I've had several here in the last few days. I really appreciate that. Appreciate the ones that's been subscribed for a while, and the ones that's been commenting and things. And I know a lot of channels, they do giveaways and stuff to try to boost their subscriber count, but as of right now, that's not something I particularly want to do. I want to show my appreciation to everybody, and eventually I'm going to do that. But I don't want to put a giveaway out there just to get just to try to gain subscribers. I want you to subscribe because you want to and because you like the content, and that maybe you'll stick with me that way. I don't want you to subscribe and then some of you leave once the giveaways and stuff's over. But eventually, I'm going to do something to show my appreciation for everybody, but just not at this point right now. And I know one channel did that, and they got scammed and actually sent the prize to somebody else instead of the one that had won it. And then I guess they ended up sending it out to that person as well to honor their word. But y'all be careful of stuff like that. But I just wanted to thank everybody personally and all the new subscribers and stuff. But hope you enjoyed this video on the grill guard, and it turned out pretty good. I'm pleased with it. But we'll catch y'all later. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you haven't. Hey, good morning, everybody. I know I had done a video, it's been quite a while back now, where I had run a stick into this mesh on this grill and mashed it in and had to repair it. And then I'd posted on Facebook a picture that I had received when I asked questions on how to prevent that from happening, some fixes people had done to fill in these openings in this grill guard. And had posted that on my K&H Tractors Facebook page and told the students at Ridgeview that, that's what our next project was going to be. Well, that was lined up the next week or so before we got shut down. That's what I'd planned on getting started on. I would have done it a little different than what I'm going to do today, but I've got Mike and Ed both. They had called and said they've got quite a bit of wood and stuff from where they had been logging at both places, Mike's place and Ed's both. So I'm going to try to get me something fixed before I get started on those jobs, and just as a little protective measure. And I was going to show y'all what we do and how we do it, and use this for the RHS video, as well as one that for my subscribers and viewers. But anyways, I've got this piece of, I guess, like catwalk material, and it's been cut off already on one end, which kind of messes me up. It'd been nice if, of course, it had to fit, but if both ends had this smooth edge. So what I'm going to do is probably leave this side and then cut this side and shorten it to match to where it fits on this grill guard good. And this has a lip up here on top. You can see that lip right here. I'm going to have to cut this off as well so that it'll sit flat on top of the grill guard, and then notch out around this. I've got this little mount here from my GoPro. I'll notch out around it, and that way it'll sit down on top. I'll probably weld some pieces of flat bar. I'm not sure yet. We'll see once we get started. Some pieces of flat bar on the sides, and then I'll notch out again down here where this hinges to where it'll sit back in there. I'd like to leave this rib on it on the bottom to where if I hit something down in this area, that it'll stiffen it. So this just kind of be a little play it by ear as we go thing. What I'm planning on doing, probably, not sure yet, we'll see, is drill holes in here, and then if I put a lip on the side, probably one on each side, and thread that to put bolts in to bolt it on to where I can take it on and off. But we'll get started and see how she turns out. Okay, I messed up on my mark the first time, and then I had to redo it. Was lining up with these holes, and somehow I don't know what I did, but anyways, I got it marked right. 21 3/4 is how wide the grill guard is. These holes was at 21 5/8, so I'm just gonna line up and cut right down the center of them little holes. I think it'd be the best thing, and it'll still work out right because that was measurements to the outside, so that'll give me a little bit of leeway. I'll get that cut off, and then I'll mark up here and get this top lip cut off, and then I'll get it notched out and stuff, and then I'll lay it up there and I can mark and notch this bottom section out and we can kind of tell what's going on with it. But I'm going to cut it with a grinder, cutting disc. Clamped in right here a little bit. Okay, now we'll take us a grinder and clean that up a little. Alright, I went ahead and got this top lip cut off. Now I've got it marked, and I'm going to notch out for that GoPro mount I've already got on there. Okay. That actually turned out pretty good. What we need to do is this bottom flange needs to be notched out to where it'll set up in there. So I'm just going to mark it on the tractor. Try to. Try to. Okay. What I'm gonna do now is I've got this marked, contoured with the grill guard, so I'm gonna cut that off so these corners won't be sticking out. Then I probably need to figure out how I'm gonna mount this down here at the bottom and weld some tabs on it or something to hold that back there and get it bolted. And then I'll probably try to bolt through the top up here. But I'll get this cut off and get me some tabs on there, and we'll see what go from there. Okay, what I did is drilled the hole the size I needed for my tap. Then I came back and drilled a bigger hole in this top piece for the bolt to go through. Now, of course, I already tapped the other side, but now I'm tapping this one. And you want to go forward just a few, little ways, and when it sort of tightens up, stop and back up and clear your threads out, and then go again. Run it all the way down and clean them up good, and then bring it back out, and you're ready to put your bolt in. And you want to look in your chart and make sure that your drill bit corresponds to the size tap you're using. It'll either say it on the tap itself, or there'll be a chart in your tap and die set that tells you which size to use. If you don't use the proper size, you're either going to have a hole that's too big and not get enough threads, or you're going to have one that's too small and end up breaking your tap off. Now, I've got to figure out what to do down here on the bottom. I'm going to either have to weld a tab on the side of this and come back here and bolt it, or something. I believe that'd be our best option. I have to use some of this galvanized stuff on it. If I could, you know what? That right there might be a good way to do it. Not even have to weld. See how that little hook is on there? That catches right in that, and I'll hold it. This other piece will work same way, we'll be in business. Which it will. So, that's what we'll do. Not even have to weld on it. I'm gonna take this thing off and show you what's going on with it. Got it bolted there, got these little brackets made. The hook can pull back on it. Got one of those on each side. Okay. Take this one out. It's pressure against it. And then it sets right off. That way I can take it off when I don't need it and put it back on when I do, and fairly simple process. I'm gonna grab me a couple washers before I put it back on the top side. Didn't have to do any welding, which is kind of what I wanted to do. I didn't want it permanently attached. And if I'd have welded anything to the grill guard, where this thing has a computer in it, I would have had to either take the grill guard off or unhook my battery. And I didn't want to unhook my battery because I'd had to reprogram my radio, which I know sounds silly, but this worked out better either way. Another good thing about these hooks, instead of having a tab welded to it, is that gives you a little bit of leeway if your holes aren't exactly right, to get everything lined up. You don't have to be precise. If you'd welded a tab on there, you'd have had a smaller window of imperfection that you could get by with. And I've had to put a nut. These bolts I had was a little bit too long. If they'd run all the way through, they would have hit this piece here on the grill guard that doesn't move. And I just put a nut in there to space it out a little bit, because that's all I had, which works just fine. And I used 5/16 bolts. There's no need in putting a big bolt in it, because any pressure is going to be this way. It won't really have no pressure on the bolts. The bolts are just holding the protective device on. All right, I'm happy with that.